There's a philosophy that has helped people survive situations so difficult that most of us can't even imagine them. And today, you're going to discover how this same philosophy can help you win the battles of your own daily life. You probably know someone like this, a person who goes through challenges that would break almost anyone else. Yet instead of collapsing, they keep going. Instead of complaining, they persevere. Most people think this kind of strength comes from motivation or willpower. But the truth is, it comes from something deeper, a Japanese concept called Gaman. This philosophy has turned ordinary men and women into unstoppable human beings. Not because it avoids suffering, but because it teaches you how to move through suffering with dignity, purpose, and honor. And when you truly understand this, nothing can stop you anymore. Now, let's begin. Chapter 1, The Weight of the World on Our Shoulders. This is the story of David. He was 16 years old, a high school student. Not poor enough to starve, but poor enough to feel the pressure of every bill. His father had abandoned the family years earlier, so it was just David, his mother, and 2 younger siblings. His mother worked 2 jobs. She left before sunrise, returned long after dark, and carried the kind of exhaustion that sleep never cures. One night, David looked at her swollen feet, her forced smile, and something shifted inside him. He made a silent promise. I'm going to give her a better life. But how? He had no money, no connections, no privilege. What he did have was a sharp mind and a will so strong that it hurt. So he chose the only path he saw, education. If he could get into a good university, maybe he could change everything. But life didn't care about his plans. David worked 4 hours a day at a supermarket after school. His routine was brutal. Wake up 5:30 a.m., school 7 a.m., work 4:08 p.m., home. Help siblings, study, sleep at midnight, 5 hours of sleep every day. After 2 weeks, he was collapsing. By the 4th week, he was ready to quit. College is for people with time, he thought. I need money now. And then, a conversation changed everything. Chapter 2, The Conversation That Changed His Life. He went to his history teacher, an older woman who always looked at him with quiet understanding. David poured his heart out. His mother, his siblings, his job, the pressure, the exhaustion, the idea of giving up. She listened silently. Then she said, David, do you know I understand exactly what you're going through? She told him about her parent, Japanese immigrants after World War II, who suffered extreme poverty and prejudice. We were starving, David, she said, for days, and yet every night she heard her parents whisper one word, Gaman. It means to persevere with dignity, to endure what must be endured, to continue even when everything feels impossible. Then she leaned forward and said, David, you're already practicing Gaman. All you need now is to understand it. This moment opened a door inside him. That night, he went home and researched everything he could about Gaman, and what he found changed his life. Chapter 3, The Research That Opened His Eyes. Gaman is not about hiding emotions. It's not pretending everything is fine. It means acknowledging the pain, accepting the challenge, continuing with dignity. Then he discovered 2 more Japanese concepts. Kaizen, 1% improvement every day. Ikigai, your reason for living, your purpose. Suddenly everything made sense. His Ikigai was his family. Kaizen would be his slow daily improvement. Gaman would be the force holding everything together. He opened a notebook and wrote, I will persevere with dignity. Every day, 1% better. For those I love. Chapter 4, Redesigning Life. David created a new plan, simple, realistic, and disciplined. 5 a.m., wake up, 15 minutes, exercise. Study before school, work, study again, sleep at 11 p.m. Not perfect, but possible. Some days he'd only do 10 push-ups instead of 20, or study 20 minutes instead of 45. Kaizen, 1% better. Not perfect, just consistent. Chapter 5, The Internal War. The first week was hell. Every cell in his body begged to quit. But he whispered to himself, I endure this with dignity. Temporary discomfort is the price of permanent transformation. By the third week, his body adapted. By the fourth, his grades were rising. At home, his mother noticed. At work, he was praised. But life always tests you. Chapter 6, when everything falls apart. 3 months later, his younger brother fell seriously ill. His mother missed work. David covered her shift 12 hours. He came home at 11 p.m., destroyed. The next morning at 5 a.m., he stared at the alarm clock. And then he whispered, Gaman is not about how I feel, it's about who I've decided to be. He got up, did 10 push-ups instead of 20, studied 20 minutes instead of 45. But he didn't break the chain. 1 is greater than 0. This became his philosophy. Chapter 7, the turning point. In his junior year, something unexpected happened. A neighbor complimented his car washing skills. You should do this professionally, she said. So he tried it. 1 client, then 3, then 8, then 15. He started making flyers, investing in better tools, improving through Kaizen. And slowly, people started noticing him. Chapter 8, the impossible decision. Senior year, time for college applications. He applied to 3 universities, wrote about Gaman in his essays, and months later, a letter arrived, accepted, full scholarship. His mother cried tears of joy. But there was a problem. His weekend car wash business was booming, more profitable than his supermarket job. Should he go to college and give up the business, or try to do both? His mother said, You've done enough, go to college. But David had learned something from Gaman. Perseverance isn't choosing the easy path, it's choosing the right path. Mom, he said, I'll do both, not because I need to, but because I can. Chapter 9, the result of perseverance. David went to college for business administration and kept growing his business on weekends. Year 1, 40 clients. Year 2, first physical location. Year 3, second location. Year 4, business making $20,000 a month. He paid his family's debts. His mother quit her second job. His siblings went to better schools. People asked him, How did you do it? His answer was always the same. Gaman, I persevered with dignity when giving up made more sense. Chapter 10, the truth about Gaman. Gaman isn't about being emotionless. It's not suppressing your feelings. It's not pretending you're okay. Gaman is deciding that even when life hits you hard, you stand up again. You continue with dignity, with purpose, with honor. David cried sometimes. He broke down. He doubted himself. But he never allowed the river to stop flowing, and that made all the difference. Now the question is, are you ready to incorporate Gaman into your life? It won't be easy. You'll want to quit every single day. But when you combine Ikigai, your purpose, Kaizen, daily improvement, Gaman, perseverance with dignity, you become unstoppable. David wasn't special. He just made one decision. I will not give up. And he renewed that decision every single day. The secret strength of those who never give up isn't fearlessness, it's purpose. Look in the mirror and say, no matter what happens today, I will persevere with dignity. That is Gaman. And when you truly practice it, you discover you're stronger than you ever imagined. If you're still here, thank you. Tell me in the comments, what is your Ikigai and what is your plan to achieve your goal? Remember, perseverance with dignity is a strength no one take away from you. Stay present, walk with honor, follow the path. Until the next video.